I'm Claire, and welcome to People Will Talk, a revolutionary news show that takes you behind the scenes of some of your favorite businesses and organizations. You'll get to meet the owners and hear how they got started. Plus, you'll hear from real-life people who are their customers. We're all trying to be smart about how we spend our money these days, so what better way than to get the inside scoop from real people that could be your friends and neighbors? Speaking of neighbors, we're going to visit some of the area's hidden gems, like a business that's been serving families for over 7 decades. We'll also highlight a film company that's been making productions with an international reach, and we'll visit one of our top local universities, which just happens to be my alma mater. Have you ever driven down Seminary Avenue and noticed that impressive castle-like building? College Manor has been a landmark in historic Lutherville for decades. Originally a Lutheran seminary, it later became home to the Maryland College for Women. College Manor's doors opened over 60 years ago as a home for seniors, and the Moore family has been operating it ever since. For Jane and Bunny, College Manor isn't a job, it's a tradition. Many of their family memories were created there, and they're happy to help their residents create new memories of their own.
Well, my mother did flourish at College Manor.
It makes all the difference in the world.
It's family for me.
It's the family business. Belongs to my mom, and we're technically stockholders in the company, but other than that, it's my mom's company.
Doors opened to College Manor July of 1952. It was a family effort. My father and my brother went out and bought hospital beds and wheelchairs, and my mother and I took care of setting up the initial brochure and doing the bookwork that was necessary to start the corporation.
College Manor in Old Lutherville, it's kind of, you know, it's the chicken and the egg. I think College Manor was here first, and Old Lutherville kind of grew around it, but everybody knows about it. It has a very good reputation, and because it's family owned, a lot of the people know the family members, and it's just, as I said, I've had a number of people that have had relatives here, and we're just very, very happy.
My family had suffered a double tragedy. My mother had taken very, very ill, and my father did at the exact same time. Unfortunately, the outcome was we lost my dad. My parents had been living alone, and it was now time to find a place for Mom. My son at the time was 12, I guess, and we were driving by on Seminary Avenue, and he said, "Mom, what about in there?" And here I had driven past College Manor decades of my life and had never even considered the concept. We walked in unannounced, and Cindy helped to tour us through the facility. We didn't say a whole lot. We walked around, and as we got back in the car, closed the door, my 12-year-old son looked at me and said, "This is the place, Mom. This is exactly where Grandmom is going to love."
Well, my mother really didn't choose College Manor. She was in the house by herself, and I was doing everything for her. And she fell twice in 2 weeks, and so we had to make some arrangement. I had already been here several times to see it and knew this was where I wanted my mother to be.
Well, she had had a broken hip, and then she was going through the series of being in the hospital, then rehab, and then back in the hospital, rehab, and I needed to put an end to the revolving door. So I spoke with her doctor, and he said it was time to do something. So I visited here, and Jane was really nice and just said, "Just be calm. You know, if you would like, she doesn't have to sign anything. She can come in and spend a weekend just to get used to it," which was a wonderful opportunity because my mother was very opposed. She was very independent and didn't think she would like it. And we did do that. She came in and spent a weekend, and then really, truly, the last 6 months of her life were probably the happiest. She absolutely loved it here.
As assisted living, we are licensed for all 3 levels of care. Level 1 being reasonably independent, levels 2 and 3 requiring more care. And we have found that lately our new residents have been people who have stayed in their own homes until they really require care on a 24-hour basis. And that's where we feel we shine, when we can take over and provide at-home type care and still give them all the intensive type nursing care they need.
My mom has been my mentor, has been such a wonderful driving force in the energy of this company. She's been part of just about every part of the business, from activities to answering the telephone in the very beginning to the day-to-day financial important decisions that need to be made every day. She has incredible instincts and I appreciate that she's been able to manage a company for this length of time in this economy.
When people walk in the front door, they have told us they get a feeling of welcome immediately, and they get a feeling of being included in the family, even if their families haven't moved in. They still feel a part of the family, and that's a wonderful feeling for us when they leave and tell us how welcome they have been.
What's absolutely been wonderful to me is that the doors are open 24/7. Though the front door may be closed at 6 o'clock, I can always get in, and there's always somebody here, and it's comforting to come in and check on and see how Mom's doing at 2 a.m. or at 2 p.m. Doesn't matter.
College Manor gives you 3 meals a day. My mother gets breakfast in her room, which she loves. She's always excited when they bring breakfast in the room. And she has lunch and dinner down here, and they are full meals. And the food is wonderful. I come to lunch frequently. On holidays, we have absolutely wonderful, wonderful meals.
I like being here. I like seeing some of her former friends. I like meeting the new patients, and they do fun things. I like to be involved in that. There are a lot of fun activities, and there are just a lot of different programs. And also, I've helped when they've taken the residents out for the evening. Oh, I think she just was happy when she woke up. I think she had a renewed interest in being around people and doing activities, and just even in her appearance, she just was a happier person.
The whole process has just been wonderful. I don't have any children, and so I'm here quite frequently to visit my mom. And they just accept you and include you, and I just love doing things with the other residents. I called bingo for 5.5 years, which I absolutely love, and my mother loves bingo, so that was a good thing.
She does love the activities. It's very important for her to continue her life and to be able to get out and to interact. My mother lived a relatively exciting life. She did a lot of things that were very non-traditional, and here at College Manor, they allow her to continue the excitement of life. And I know some of the other ladies mentioned the residents get to go out for dinner and for dancing, and that's a huge activity for my mother. She's been wheelchair bound for many years, but the facilities manager, Robert, still gets her out on the dance floor and spins her around, and she has a marvelous time.
I thought about looking at other places, but I really looked here first, and I felt so comfortable when I came in, and I just really knew that she would be happy here. And I met with Bunny and Jane, and I actually could see the residents. And I could see the activities. They have a wonderful activity director, and there's lots of activities and painting, and there's music, there's entertainment. So I could see all of that going on, and everybody was very friendly, including the residents, and it seemed like a very good place. And it's a wonderful location. My family's all kind of around the area, so we could all get to it very easily.
We want the families to be as actively involved as they want to be. Sometimes that's not practical, but in many cases we're happy to have them help plan the meals for that particular resident, or to stay overnight if that's what they feel most comfortable doing, or to take them out on an ocean visit because that's what they want to do. So this is a home for the seniors and a home for the families as well.
I try to participate as much with residents as possible, but I want to be sure they know who I am. I want to be sure that they know that I will help them if they need it, that my door is always open, and the families have to know the same thing.
If you want to feel warmth, if you want to feel belonging, if you want to feel part of a family, College Manor is the place for you.
College Manor has made an art form of helping residents fit in, feel at ease, find friends, and know they belong. But to really get a feel for it, you have to come see for yourself. The folks at College Manor would be happy to show you around and answer any of your questions. At College Manor, you feel the difference between a facility and a family. To learn more information, call 410-252-0440 or visit their website at collegemanor.com. Hollywood has been dubbed the entertainment capital of the world, but did you know that some of America's best films were made right here in our own backyard? Next, we'll take a look at a local film production company that's been making films and documentaries for over 23 years. Let's get a sneak peek of Origins of the Universe.